Hello everyone, I am Dr. Karuna Bappar. Welcome to Case Series Cybersecurity Lecture Notes. Today I will cover penetration testing. Now, penetration testing. Penetration testing is to test the security vulnerabilities and weaknesses within the computer system. It is also known as pen testing, and it is done to find the weaker areas of any web application or network. It is a process of actively evaluating companies' information security measures, the results of which are delivered comprehensively in a report further. Penetration test reports assessment of potential threats to the organization and suggest countermeasures to reduce the risk. Now, why do we need any penetration testing? These days, organizations are vulnerable. Why they are vulnerable? Because of so many cyber attacks. So, to identify the threats facing by an organization, we need a skilled penetration tester to reduce an organization's IT security costs, to provide a better return on IT security investment by identifying and resolving the vulnerabilities and weaknesses, to gain and maintain certification to an industry regulation such as HIPAA, for testing and validating the efficiency of security protections and controls, evaluating the efficiency of network security devices such as firewalls and routers, to focus on high severity vulnerabilities and emphasizes on application level security issues. Securing organization from external threats with penetration testing is a prime objective of any organization. Now, as you can see here in my picture, our threats can be from hackers, any competitive corporation, cyber criminals, any cynical mind, terrorists. Now, attacks can be of varied types. Security weaknesses can be of different shades. Now, the need is to put security controls in place. And here, the companies or the organizations need to assess the technical as well as business impacts of these attacks. Now, what should be tested? This is a big question. What should be tested? Conduct a risk assessment operation before penetration testing. It helps to identify following threats like communication failure, e-commerce failure, loss of confidential information, public facing systems, websites, email gateways, remote access platforms, mails, DNS, domain name servers, firewalls, passwords, file transfer protocols, web servers. Testing should be performed on all hardware and software components of a network security system. What makes a good penetration tester? Frame clear objectives, limitations, and the justification of procedures to be adopted. Hire skilled and experienced professionals to perform the tests. Choosing suitable set of tests that balance costs and benefits. Follow a methodology with proper planning and documentation. Documentation of each test and its outcomes and make it comprehensive for the client to understand. State the potential risks and findings clearly in the final report. Now, what techniques should be adopted in penetration testing? First and the foremost thing is passive research. It should be used to gather all the information about an organization's system configurations. Then is the open source monitoring to take necessary steps to ensure its confidentiality and integrity. Network mapping and OS fingerprinting to get an idea of the network's configuration being tested. Spoofing, another technique. Spoofing. It is the act of using one machine to pretend to be another's machine. It can be used for both internal and external penetration tests. Then is our network sniffing. It is used to capture the data as it travels across a network. Trojan attacks intendedly send malicious code or programs as email attachments or transferred via instant messages into chat rooms so as to check their impact, so as to check the vulnerability of the computer network. Brute force attack. It is a commonly known password cracking method. Through it, we can overload a system and possibly stop it from responding to the legal requests. Vulnerability scanning. It is a comprehensive examination of the targeted areas of an organization's network infrastructure. Now, defining the scope, the extent of testing, what will be tested, from where it will be tested, and by whom it will be tested. Performing the penetration test, like gathering all the information significant to security vulnerabilities, involves testing the targeted environment such as network configuration, topologies adopted, hardware, software applications. Reporting and delivering results involves listing the vulnerabilities, categorizing risks as low, medium, or high, recommending repairs if vulnerabilities are found. Now is the scope of penetration testing. We have two type of penetration tests, that is a destructive one and a non-destructive one. Destructive test says we scan and identifies the remote system for potential vulnerabilities, investigates and verifies the findings, maps the vulnerabilities with proper exploits, and attempts the denial of service and buffer overflow attacks in a destructive test. But the only difference with a non-destructive test is here we don't attempt any denial of service attack. And even if we exploit the remote systems, we do it with proper care so as to avoid disruption of any network activities. Then is our blue teaming versus red teaming. Blue teaming involves performing a penetration test with the knowledge and consent of organization's IT staff. It is the least expensive and most frequently used. Here, the primary role is to think about how surprise attacks might occur. Whereas in red teaming, it involves performing a penetration test without the knowledge of organization's IT staff, but with the permission from upper management only. It may or may not be conducted with or without warning also. Its purpose is to check the system security and vulnerabilities by an attacker's perspective, to check the attacker would assess the network or not. Then is a black box pen testing and white box pen testing. In black box pen testing, no prior knowledge of infrastructure to be tested here. Tester will be provided just a company name. Pen testing must be carried out after extensive information gathering and research. It is time consuming and expensive type of test. Whereas white box pen testing, here company will provide the company's infrastructure and network information to the tester. It will also provide pen tester with current security implementations, IP addresses, firewalls, IDS details. Company sets its do's and don'ts for the tester. It is like doing security auditing, wherein a tester will test its source code or could go through the manuals, topological diagram of the network of the company. Then is our gray box pen testing versus announced pen testing. Now, gray box testing, it is a combination of both black box as well as white box pen testing. How can we say that? See, here it is non-intrusive and unbiased in nature because it does not require the tester has access to the source code. Here the tester has limited knowledge of information, not the complete knowledge, but here limited knowledge is provided to the pen tester. That is why we call it as a combination of both black box as well as white box pen testing. In announced pen testing, here knowledge of everyone in the organization and all its employees is provided to the pen tester. The security staff usually joins the penetration testing team to conduct these audits. It is an attempt to compromise the systems on the client with his cooperation and knowledge. Another way of distinguishing the pen testing, that is unannounced pen testing versus manual pen testing. In unannounced pen testing, it is an attempt to assess and retrieve pre-identified flag files or to compromise systems on the client network with the awareness of only the upper level management. This testing involves both the existing security infrastructure as well as client responses. In manual pen testing, the purpose of this testing is to identify specific application vulnerabilities within the scope domains. This testing requires planning, test design, scheduling, diligent documentation to capture the results of the testing. The two terms which we use in pen testing are war dialing and war driving. Now, what are these? See, both these techniques are very much common in pen testing. War dialing is it is a technique where you are using a modem to automatically scan list of telephone numbers, dialing all the numbers in the list with local area code to search for computers. Basically, bulletin boards could be used to search for computer servers and fax machines to search for computers or open access points. Here, the prime goal is to search for open access points. Right? In war driving, it is an act for searching for your Wi Fi networks from a moving vehicle. That is, a person is in a moving vehicle and is basically searching for open Wi Fi or weak Wi Fi networks in the area using any portable computer or smartphone. Now, the advantages of announced pen testing are it is more efficient, very team oriented, but the disadvantages are it lacks security, lacks reliable results also. That's all in this video. In my next video on penetration testing, I will cover few more aspects on penetration testing. Thanks for watching.